All right, so these Carnish rocks were 7 weeks old, and I was hoping to wait till September, but it's only mid-August. But this is the size of them, and I want to suggest something. This is my first time. I didn't want to invest in a high-dollar chicken plucker, so I said, I got chicken pluckers right here. Let's see how it happens. Yeah. And in a tough time, that's the way to do it. But if you can afford a chicken plucker, I would suggest getting one, because I'll tell you what, it's a lot of feathers to pick by hand. So this is the size of a 7-week-old Carnish cross. I mean, it is huge. It's exact size as a large chicken at the grocery store. So 5, 6, 7 pounds cleaned like this. Now, I've done this all by hand, folks. I would not suggest doing it by hand, but unfortunately, I don't have no other choice right now but to do it by hand, because I've already started the process. I'm gonna do some of the hens today, I'm gonna do some of the chickens today. I cannot do them all because it's gonna get hot soon, and I don't want to be out here in the heat doing this if I can't do it fast. So keep that in mind. If you can't do it fast, don't do it in the heat. Chicken plucker probably would make it fast. See, I'm still finding a lot of little feathers. Just have to go round and round and round it. But anyway, so processing day. I've already got her cleaned up, got it, everything ready to go. Before I put it on ice, I'm gonna put it in this water. I've sanitized this ice chest before washing it out and everything. We'll put it in the water and let that start the cooling process, and then put it on ice in a few minutes. This is a 1-gallon jug. I cut the bottom out of it, and then I cut a hole in the bottom so the head can come out. I was placing a 5-gallon bucket down here to catch all the blood. I can barely get the chicken to fit inside there, barely. You can use a wooden kitchen paddle like this. That'll help get out those really small things that you can't get with your fingers. All right, so just to go over the process of how I'm doing my Carnish rocks. I've got 3 left. I'll come in here, pick one up gently, less stressful as I can on the chicken. I bring it over here to my little homemade funnel, stick the chicken in with his head coming out here, grab the head, slit it right behind the ear down to the bone, and it'll start draining into the bucket where you can see all the blood. I'll hold the chicken until it stops flopping so blood don't go everywhere. All right, once it's still and completely passed, then I'll let it sit there and drain for a few minutes to continue draining. Now I'll bring it over here to where I'll have my water at 150 to 145. I'll dunk it in, and I'm dunking it in for 70 seconds. That's working it loosens the outside skin, sort of like a sunburn on the chicken, but I scrape it all off and then it's all nice and clean. It helps me pluck the feathers. Since I'm doing it by hand, I go 70 seconds. Once I'm out of there, I pull it over here so I have another bucket to catch feathers, which don't go on the ground. And I put it up here and I just start plucking. I keep a water hose close by so that I can continue to rinse it off as I'm plucking it to keep from reattaching feathers and grabbing feathers. I just start on one piece and I work my way through the chicken by hand, where I then take the knife and do the necessary cuts to get the chicken gutted, the feet off, the head off, and all that. Once I do that, I move the chicken over to this ice chest here where I have clean rinsed water, and I have one in here right now, and I'll look at it again and I'll see if I can find any loose feathers. This is going to let you know any feathers you may have left on there or quills that you may have missed. So, or any of that burnt skin. So, once it's good and clean, I'll take it out of there and rinse it again, and then I move it into the ice chest. We already have some more birds in here. Once they start getting cold, you'll see them start turning a yellowish color. That's okay. So, I normally try to stuff some ice up inside the cavity of the chicken as well when I first start, like a big chunk like this. Stuff it up in there. Then I make sure I cover them good. And I'm going to leave these chickens on ice for a day. I'll bag them up and put them in the freezer tomorrow. By no means am I professional at, I got chicken hands in my hair. Am I professional at doing chickens? This is my first time ever. I've skinned deers and hogs and squirrels and rabbits and all that all my life, but I've never done chickens. So, if I was going to do a real large amount of chickens, more than 10, I would definitely buy a plucker. I think you've had, even if it's $500 or $600, you gotta buy it, because otherwise you're having to do like 10 a day. If you're retired, I guess that's okay. You can do it that way and save that money. You don't have to get up and go to work. I'm limited to time. Weekends, morning time is the best time to do it. It's gonna start getting hot soon. I've got 3 more chickens to do, so I got to get after it. But I wanted to just finish this video up with just a little, show you how I did my chickens with my own chicken plucker. That sounded like a turkey.